Hey guys, and welcome back. I am Sam Crack, and I ran into a little dilemma here the other day, and I thought I'd share with you guys. This is a 2008 Mercedes S550. I was actually ready to pull the trigger and buy this car for the $7,000 buy it now price. Mainly because if you look here, it had 25,000 miles, and all four airbags were intact. If you know me, I don't really look at the cash value and the estimated repair cost. But if this car, see, it says 25,000, not actual. So not actual could mean a lot of different things. But most of the time, even if it says not actual, it is actual. The reason why it wouldn't be is for a number of reasons. One real quick reason is anytime in the state of Florida, at least, a car is 10 years old or older, the odometer is exempt. And instead of somebody walking out to look at an odometer at an auction yard or whatnot, it's easier for them just to write exempt. That happens a lot. My Fiesta said not actual miles, and it had like 8,900 miles. It was definitely 8,900 miles. You could tell by the smell of the car, the condition of the entire car, minus the accident damage. You could just tell by a number of things. The reason why it was marked not actual is because in the accident, the fire department actually came in and cut the power wire to it. Now, those are a few examples. There's a lot of reasons why you might see something that says not actual. But if you look at this car, and we'll look at some closer up pictures that I found here. This auction's been over with a few days, so it's tough to get the photos now. But here's one angle here. See the bent hood. It looks like it got hit straight on. Pretty straightforward. You see that this crash bar is bent over pretty well. But let's look at this photo here. Here it is, crash bar bent over fairly well. Now, if you look at this, and as I'm looking at this with you guys, let me be completely honest. I'm really glad I didn't purchase this car for now this reason. That crash bar is bent over quite a bit more than I originally thought. You could see here, if you look, let me see if I can zoom in on this for you guys. See these two bolts right here where my cursor is? Those two bolts should be facing straight ahead. You can see they're facing towards the driver's side of the car. So that car's front end is probably twisted pretty well. But that's not the reason I didn't buy this car. Here's one more angle. We'll zoom in on that. It could be fixed. It definitely can be fixed. This one again would likely require a little bit more than I'd be interested in. Now look at a few things here. See, this says October 30th, 2015. And so let me tell you the quick story behind this and how spending $4 saved me the headache that this car could have been. Even if I would have bought it for $7,000 with the auction fees, shipping, and all that sort of stuff, I would have been in at $9,000 just to get the car to me. So, like I've instructed in other videos, the first thing I did was look at its first sale by ACCC Insurance. I've never heard of ACCC Insurance. I looked them up. They do exist. Then I saw it's got a salvage title in Texas, and it was a previously bonded title. I don't see that a lot. I looked it up, and it basically means someone likely lost the title at one time or just applied for a title at another time. So it's not the original title, it is a bonded title, and everything that I read says that it's good to go. So I could get it, take it, fix it up, get it inspected, and drive it. This VTR 441, that's like what I was telling you. There's code lingo for the DMV in Texas. It just means a salvage title. That was good to go. And like I said, here's all the details. I'll let you look at it really quick. Everything looked pretty straightforward. Even the damages I'm looking at now, the engine bay was really pretty nice on it. So let's get into why the $4 is important here. I used a website that sells you a Carfax report for $4. The real surprise came when I generated this Carfax report. So like I said, this Carfax, I paid $4 through an independent service. If you're interested in that service, private message me. I don't want to post this one publicly. I don't know enough about the service where I feel comfortable doing that, but I have no problem telling you privately. So if you're interested in this, it costs me like $4 or $5. They generate a Carfax for me. I'd be happy to send you all the information. You look at Carfax, costs like $39.99. They put that there. I think they run specials where it's a little bit cheaper, but it's not cheap to get one Carfax. Anyway, check this thing out. 2008 Mercedes-Benz S550. It's the same car we were just looking at. VIN number ends in 108. We go to our browser here. Here it is. It ends in, where's the VIN? 108. We look, it has 4 previous owners. Now that's kind of strange for 25,000 miles, right? But let's keep looking. It's not a big deal. Owners 1 through 2. Yeah, we know it's a branded title. It's salvage rebuilt. We look, okay. Now, it said that there was a total loss reported with severe damage. We see that, we understand that. And then an odometer problem with owner 4. So when I buy a Carfax, I don't just, oh yeah, it's salvage, great. I really do look at all the records. Carfax is really good for 2 things. Whether the car was serviced really regular at a dealership. So something like a Mercedes, you want to see it serviced at the dealership earlier on in its life. It tells you it's had a better life generally than others. And the other thing it's good for is whether your car is salvage or was in a major collision and wasn't totaled, stuff like that. So I went through this and I found 2 specific items later on here. And it's when you see this big bold red. So at 20,854 miles, this car was a total loss vehicle, meaning it was in an accident and it's a salvage. And that was in 9/19/2015 in the state of Washington. Now, in 10/19/2015, 1 year later, a rebuilt title was issued. I did a video on the difference between rebuilt and salvage. So if you don't understand the difference, go back, check that video. I'll put a link right above my head right now. So within a month of it being declared a total loss vehicle, a rebuilt title was issued. In my mind, that means this car was repaired and put back on the road. We go from 9/19, a month later, it's got a rebuilt title. Then in 1/6/2016, a rebuilt title was issued. Then in 7/8 of 2016, it's claimed as a total loss vehicle. Then in 5/9/2017, a rebuilt title was issued that was a bonded title. Okay. This is where I get completely like sketched out and decide, okay, there's no way I'm touching this car. Because I see a month passes by, it was rebuilt. Then I see the car's had miles put on it. In my mind, the key point here, these records, this one here in 9 of 2015, this one here in 10 of 2015, and this one here in 1 of 2016 are close enough that I'm assuming that they're all involved. Whatever agency in Washington processed the paperwork likely did all these things, turn it from a salvage to a rebuild to a salvage, whatever. And it was probably a couple trips to the DMV or whoever handles this there. But what is very strange is that then at 25,000 miles later, a new owner was reported with the rebuilt title issued. This could mean that the car was bought, totaled, and then driven, then totaled again. And insurance works a bit funny with rebuilt title cars. I'll be discussing that in a later video. But basically, it's very possible, right? You rebuild a car, you drive it on the road, you get into another accident. It's of course worth less, not worthless, but worth less than if it weren't totaled before. So it's much easier to salvage out a second time. And frankly, I'm not interested in dealing with a 2-time salvage vehicle unless someone's giving it to you for a project or something. It's not worth the time. This Mercedes at $9,000 could still be a good car. This is fixable, but there's a lot of work involved. And I thought it might have made for a fun video project. I'm glad I did a little bit extra due diligence after dealing with the Money Pit Jetta. Anything that's going to take an extreme amount of work and not warrant that extreme amount of work, I'm out. There's plenty of these S-classes driving around, a lot of them, and it's just too easy of a car to come by to say, I have to have that one. Even though it's a cheap price, even though it says it has low miles, you just don't want to deal with it. Guys, if you like me telling you about this scenario, click the thumbs up button. I like to get feedback from you guys. Not everything at the auction is cut and dry, and it's kind of these oddball stories that can give you insight to things that can happen. Was this car actually totaled twice? It's very possible. So definitely hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, if you learned something. And if you have any questions about this specific car or another car, or if you have a story to tell of your own, definitely write me in the comment section below. I read every single comment. I've got some really great and informative videos coming up. I've got some real fun and not so serious videos also on the way. Please make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you real soon.